This episode of After Dark is brought to you by, well, you. If you want to support the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts, head on over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. Thanks for your continued support.
What's up, everyone? Welcome to Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast show for adults for the Boss Rush Network. It's your boy, LeRon, back in the house tonight. And with me is the mad pharmacist herself, Stephanie Klimov. Hey there.
Hey, we're getting intimate tonight, LeRon.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. It's been a while since it's been just you and me on this show. So, yeah. All right. This is going to be fun.
Absolutely. Yeah, who needs Corey?
How's your Wednesday evening going?
It's all right. I'm trying to fight my way through a cold. And as I mentioned on the Boss Rush podcast that we just recorded, I'm very excited for Lunar New Year. It's the Year of the Dragon. Super excited. And extra excited because my parents finally said okay to letting my boyfriend come and join us. Because my parents are not your typical parents that are always let your boyfriends and girlfriends come over, treat them like family. No, they never ever want to meet anyone that I'm dating until it's such a sure bet. They're very hard to get an audience with, so to speak. So,
well, it's funny you mentioned that because I only recently came out to my mom and my family about myself and stuff like that, and I want to say it's been news for maybe about 5 years to my mom at this point now and stuff like that. My sister knew a lot longer than my mom did and stuff like that. So, but my mom just keeps surprising me because she actually wants to meet my boyfriend and stuff like that, and it's not like my mom is just like. I mean, she's a religious person and stuff like that, so so there is some of that whole thing about the whole just not being straight and all that stuff. But at the same time, she seems really interested in making sure I'm all right in the relationship and stuff like that. And she wants to meet him and stuff like that, which I thought was going to happen October when I went home for my mom's birthday and stuff like that. But he had some major work stuff come up and things like that. So yeah,
but it's going to be in the relative future then.
That's
nice.
Yeah. So good luck to you. Hopefully they don't scare your man off.
Yeah, we'll see. They have the personality dynamic should be interesting.
Uh-huh.
But I'll let you know how it goes. How's your week going?
It's going all right. Work is kicking my butt though. I'll tell you that. If anyone follows me on social media, yesterday had to have been national bother the fuck out of your IT guy day because oh my god, I was like I can't take it anymore. Y'all are putting me through the ringer.
Is it just the sheer number of requests for help, or were they just really complicated issues?
No, it's the ridiculousness of the requests. I know they don't listen to my podcast show, so I'm just gonna say this. I had a client yesterday morning was blowing me up because they did not know how to sign out of someone had been on their computer and sign into that individual's email address and just never signed out. So here comes this person calling me blowing me up in the morning because they can't sign into their email, and I'm like, well, sign the other person out
and then log back in.
And then I realized they didn't know how to sign out because they were so used to it always just auto populating as soon as they go to the website and stuff. I was like,
are you sure that wasn't my dad? That's something he would totally do.
I wish I could say so. It's and my whole thing is sometimes my job is how long have you been using a computer? I can understand if you were brand new. I could, but geez, everyone knows how to log off and log in. Everyone knows how to do that, you know?
You think everybody does, but
Yeah.
somehow there are certain people out there that still don't know.
That fiasco though, because that fiasco hit me at like 9:30 in the morning and it ruined my day. It
Oh.
ru- it ruined my day like every other phone call I got for work. I was just on pins and needles.
Well, hopefully that was kind of like the worst part of the work week, and then we'll be able to coast after tonight, maybe.
It feels like I'm coasting, but I tell you what though, usually during the week, like Monday is usually the only day that I don't have to be immediately out the door first thing in the morning for meetings and stuff like that. So Tuesday through Friday, usually first thing in the morning before I actually like can get to work, like I'm usually in a meeting,
Mm,
for a business meeting and stuff like that, which that's no big deal actually. Like I think honestly, like it kind of gets me motivated for the day, if I'm being honest. But I told my boyfriend last night because we went and saw the movie anyone but you last night, and I want to see a movie. Like I like rom coms, I do. And so I wanted to see that movie, and he kind of surprised me that he wanted to go see it. Not saying that he does not like rom coms, but I didn't think he was in a hurry to go see that movie.
mm.
I enjoyed it. Glenn Powell, Sydney Sweeney, like two very super attractive people, and stuff like that. Like they had wonderful chemistry in the film. Like there were a few things going on in the film that I was like, man, like what were the writers thinking, and stuff like that. Some of it is contrived, but it's not like like you want to get up out the movie theater and walk out, and stuff like that. So it was a good fun movie and stuff like that, and so and so last night I was hanging out with my boyfriend and we were just talking about how our days were going to be for today, last night. And I was like, like I already had my Wednesday planned out.
Mhm.
And it looked like, barring anything crazy, because I work from home, like I won't need to leave the house for anything except for my one meeting in the morning and stuff like that. I don't know. I don't know if I just spoke it too loud into the universe or something, because like it seemed like everybody knew I was going to be at home, so the phone was ringing non-stop for 4 hours today. And like every time I got off the phone, like before I could even pull my earbuds out of my ears, like the phone was ringing again. It's like, oh my god.
I'm telling you, like I'm always knocking on wood or not willing to say stuff out loud for that reason. There's something about manifesting stuff like that I feel like sometimes happens.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know what? In all honesty, though, like it's keeping me busy. Like and the crazy part is like the work is not even like brain bending or mind numbing work or stuff like that. Not right now, at least. Like I want to say maybe like once or twice a week, do I actually get to flex my actual IT muscle up here and stuff like that. But beyond that, like it's routine stuff. And I'm usually making phone calls, putting out brush fires, or like making sure something is up and running. So the people call me less.
That's nice.
Yeah, I bet there's nothing like the pharmacy life though.
It doesn't help that I have brain fog because pharmacy is not a job where you can work well with brain fog.
Hmm.
No, this the last few weeks have been kind of hellish because I'm trying to recover from the one madness because I work more in health insurance for those that are new to that. So many people, most of people's insurance, health insurances renew over 1/1. So that was I had to deal with a huge issue then. Now there's like a huge issue now. And then today, even though I took a sick day, I finally was able to, with the help of a couple colleagues, determine the root cause of the problem. So even though it's not resolved, like I still have to go through that rigmarole, it takes a big weight off my shoulders now that I at least know what's going on. So it's just been stressful, and I hate to say it, but there's just a lot of and this can happen in any work situation where some work colleagues won't kind of pull their weight
Ah,
and leave me to do all of the work and or because it's an issue, so I have to deal with the clients and they're not happy with the issue.
mm.
And I'm like, listen, I am clinical. I'm dealing with clinical and non-clinical stuff. I should not be touching anything that's not clinical. They still make me do. So, um, but yeah, so I had to email the client at like 5 o'clock. I'm like, hey, I found the problem. I'll deal with it tomorrow. Bye. Well, there was literally nothing I could do at the time, but so I'm like halfway there. So I'm just hoping the rest of the week I can kind of just work on fixing it and catch a break.
Oh, that break's coming. That break's coming. Just persevere on.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like you say many times, just sometimes you just gotta fake it till you make it too.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. For real. I'm always smiling as far as they know when I pick up the phone. It could be death stares like coming through the monitor though, but like I'm always smiling.
Go.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts.
All right, so really quickly here before we actually get into the meat and potatoes of the show, here's a little bit of housekeeping for you. The Boss Rush Network and Boss Rush Podcast are heading to PAX East. You'll be able to find us roaming the show floor, so if you're there, come say hi. We will also be covering the event as part of the media, demoing games, conducting interviews, and recording a podcast or two live from the event. So make sure you keep your eye on BossRush.net and our YouTube channel for that. PAX East is taking place in Boston this year, March 21st to the 24th. So get your badges and come say hi. Also, Patreon, you know about it. If you want to support the Boss Rush podcast as well as Boss Rush After Dark and the Boss Rush Network, you can head over to our Patreon at patreon.com/Boss Rush Network, where you can get this show 2 weeks early and ad free, along with the other perks like early access to other podcasts, voting rights, and more at the tier whatever is right for you. Again, that's patreon.com/Boss Rush Network. If you can't contribute financially, it's no big deal. Your viewership and listenership is enough for us. If you're watching the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, if you're watching the video, subscribe to the channel. Yeah, leave us a thumbs up on this video as well, and hit that notification bell so you can be notified when new episodes go live. If you're listening on Spotify or on Apple Podcasts, leave our show a 5-star rating and a nice review. It really helps with our visibility and discoverability. Remember, you can always find new episodes, articles, reviews, and more over on our website, which is at bossrush.net. So, now that all that's out the way, let's go ahead and get on into tonight's topic. And I think, given that we're so close to Valentine's Day, we should talk about it, right?
Absolutely. I feel like it's definitely one of the more divisive holidays. Because you've got those that love, and then you have people who will love it only when they're in relationships, and then you have the people who love to hate it. Um, so I just figured, yeah, kind of shoot the shit, and since it's kind of just us, maybe we could talk about whether we make plans, not make plans, what we're looking forward to, and whatnot, and just kind of to set the scene throughout most of my life, I personally was not a big Valentine's Day person for a couple reasons because since I was a tomboy, I was very anti girly and I always thought Valentine's Day was a girly holiday, which that's a juvenile point of view, but I was a kid, all right. I hated pink, hate pink. And I also just was an ugly duckling and no boys or girls cared to look in my direction for the longest time.
Aw.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I mean, that was just part of life. I don't hold the bitterness now. And the view that I hold of Valentine's Day now is, eh, yeah, sure, celebrate something special, I guess. So like, I'm not anti Valentine's Day, but I also don't get like, how some people really, really, really have high expectations about the holiday, which I feel like if you set very high expectations, it could actually put a damper on the holiday.
Mm-hmm.
As with most holidays, I feel though.
Yeah, I don't really put a lot of expectation especially Valentine's Day. I don't put a lot of expectation onto it. The fact that I'm actively dating right now, like in a serious relationship and stuff like that, like I am making the Valentine's Day plan and stuff like that. Like I know we're going out for dinner. I don't know if we're doing anything else, anything special or fancy like that, but we're gonna go out to dinner and we're gonna, spend time in each other's presence and stuff like that. But I can't say there's any like hoopla going on. And no, before anyone asks, no questions are getting popped this year. No. No. Not saying that it won't happen. It's just not happening this year.
Hmm. Since it is falling on the middle of a week, are you guys hoping to, well, I feel silly asking it because Wednesday is our podcast day, but
Mhm.
are you planning on doing something on actual Valentine's Day? Or are you gonna probably save it for like a weekend when both of you guys don't have obligations?
Right now the plan is to do it on the weekend. Probably this weekend coming. So as by the time you're hearing this show, like it'll probably happen on Saturday the 10th that we're just doing our Valentine's Day like thing. Probably that, yeah. I think
Okay.
Saturday is the actual day that we're shooting for, so the 10th. Yeah, because yeah, Wednesday is in the middle of the work week, and it's also podcast day and stuff like that. See, and honestly, like he respects what I do in my off time, to a certain point, which is honestly great, to have someone that actually like supports your hobbies. Don't always
Mhm.
they like even when they know you're wasting your time and stuff like that, they don't just make it like the biggest deal, and stuff like that, which is great.
Yeah,
I'm
it's a
not
sense
saying
of maturity.
this is a waste of time. Not saying that at all. But like how like sometimes like like you just have a hobby or thing you do that the people around you just do not understand why you do it.
No, 100%. My partner, he does not get video games at all. Zero interest, never has, never will, doesn't get it. But he has always 100% been supportive, never kind of made fun or talked down about it. He's like, I am so glad you have a hobby. I'm like, thanks. I'm glad you do too. So, and yeah, maybe this is kind of sign of me getting older, but also I don't mind if I don't do things on the actual holiday or something, because restaurants are crazy busy. It's probably gonna still be busy on the weekend anyway. The flowers are overpriced, chocolates are overpriced. I don't have to celebrate on the exact day.
Get that shit the day after.
Yeah. So, do you have the restaurant picked out, or are you guys cooking?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We're doing an Italian restaurant. Not sure which one
Nice.
just yet. And the good news is everyone I looked at does not need a reservation. So like I don't have to worry about like
I was gonna say, ooh, you might need one, but okay.
yeah, yeah. We're good. We'll say the reservation stuff for the anniversary, which is happening in May.
May? Okay, got it. So between the both of you, are either of you or both or neither the romantic type?
Yes, we both are, and I'm trying to figure out which one of us is the more romantic one. I feel like I might be slightly more the romantic one, but I also think I also have like a very like a simp personality. So there's that. But no, like I like doing nice things
Mhm.
not for my boyfriend, and for people that I've also been involved with and stuff like that. I like doing the nice stuff. And we know our love languages. Like he's acts of what's the
Acts of
it's the one
service.
acts of service. Yeah, he's acts of service. I'm words of affirmation and physical touch.
Mhm.
um and like we vibe, like that. Like he's literally told me like literally like sometimes like he honestly feels much more appreciated when something has been done for him that he did not want to do for himself, like like the laundry or like the dishes or whatnot and stuff like that. Um,
Mhm.
I can't tell you how many times I've been roped into cooking when I was the one that was invited over for dinner.
Well, you know what? As long as it's, translating to him, which it is, like this is why I'm a big fan of the love languages, and this can apply to outside romantic relationships too. It's just it teaches us like, hey, not everybody perceives um love or appreciation the same way that we do. And if we at minimum have an awareness about how other people perceive those things, it just makes those relationships all the better. My top love languages are acts of service, and then physical touch and words of affirmation are very close. And my boyfriend's top is physical touch, which does not surprise me, and I think words of affirmation, so it helps.
Yeah.
My boyfriend, he is not a romantic at all, which on one hand is okay. I've dated people that are super romantic, but everything else about the relationship just didn't jive. So it never saves the relationship, whether or not you're romantic or not, right?
Mm.
Um, can I share with you what our I guess Valentine's Day plans are?
Yeah. What is it?
So Wednesday we're not doing anything because he sees his son on Wednesdays. Like he needs to drive to the next state over, so he has like a late day there. I'm podcasting. Um,
How far are you off in the state line?
so we both live in Massachusetts, but I don't know. He had a thing for Rhode Island girls because all of his kids live in Rhode Island.
Wait,
Um,
all of his kids?
yeah.
How many he's got?
So he's got 3 children
I'm
total, two by
I'm
his
being
ex-wife.
nosy.
Huh?
Okay.
No, it's fine.
There's a
Two by
wife. There was a wife
he's
involved. Okay.
no, well, he's got two baby mamas. He's a whore. It's okay. Just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not slut shaming. He had two from his ex-wife, and then he had a whoopsie with his previous girlfriend, who's also from Rhode Island. So unfortunately, he has to drive like a while to see his son. So again, we're podcasting. So and I said, listen, I'm not one of those women that just is obsessed with Valentine's Day. I would like all I ask is that you acknowledge it. Like, happy Valentine's Day, honey, I love you. And maybe a nice sweet card. Now, as you know, LeRon, I take pole class.
Yes.
There are workshops and showcases that the owner does throughout the year to shake things up, make money, and have fun for us.
Mhm.
There are for around the Valentine's Day season, there's couples lap dance workshop. Couples lap dance workshop. I'm like, oh my gosh, this is great.
Yeah.
Last year, he went away to New Hampshire on a boys' trip that week, and I was so mad. So I said, this year, I'm like, on pain of death, you will attend this couples lap dance workshop. He goes, okay. I don't know why I have to threaten him to make sure he attends. So Saturday night, he will be attending a couples lap dance workshop with me, where it'll just be a group. We'll have beer and wine, and we're going to learn how to do a lap dance for our partner.
Okay.
So
All
I'm
right.
so
That's
excited.
cool. That's cool. Well, hey, at least he doesn't have to jump on the pole.
Yeah, yeah, but we just kind of joke, like, because I have to literally drag him to do something like that, because I feel like
Mm.
most guys would not want to be dragged there, that they would enjoy it. So,
Now, now something weird about me is like I'm a romantic person. But I have the hardest time getting gifts. I c- like I could literally known you all my life, and I'd have the hardest time getting you a fucking gift. Like I don't I like I just don't I just don't understand. It's because like I don't know like I guess I kind of like equate like gift giving to like how I am. If I want something, I just go out and get it when I have the money and when it's the right time for me to get it and stuff like that. So I always almost feel like it's always something where like other people are going to be that same way because like especially if you live on your own, like 9 times out of 10 you're getting this stuff yourself anyway, like stuff like that. I actually asked my boyfriend what he wanted for what do you I actually asked my boyfriend what he wanted for his birthday this year because like I was already like sitting up there. His birthday's in March, and I was already sitting up there like, man, I am already stressed out. So I just went ahead and asked him what he wanted.
I think we need to normalize that. Like, sure, it'd be great to surprise someone, but you know what? Life's too stressful, and no one needs extra garbage. Like, who wants to get cheap, random garbage? No, if you are in a good relationship with someone and they have a birthday come up or a holiday or whatever, what do you want?
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, the only problem is when people ask me what I want for like any of these occasions, I'm like everything I want is expensive. Like, don't ask me that question. Like, don't put me under that type of stress because I mean, I figure like like the average person is not trying to spend more than 100 $150 on somebody. It depends on how special they are and stuff like that. But everything I want automatically starts at like $250 and stuff like that. And I'm like, you know what? Don't. uh, my boyfriend asked me back during the holiday, like was there anything that was there anything I was looking for, and I told him straight up, I was like it's time for me to get a new tablet. And then I immediately told him, I'm like, I'm not relying on you to get that for me though. Like I wouldn't ask that because it's the tablet I have now. Like I got it on my birthday, like pre-pandemic. I want to say it was like 2018 I got that tablet. That tablet did me really well. But it's starting to show its age, and of course like it no longer like the Samsung no longer pushes updates to them and stuff like that. So the OS is getting old to the point where like apps are not going to start installing on and stuff like that. So I was looking, and I really should be kicking myself because like I was gonna get like the current Galaxy tablet, right? And back during Christmas, they were on like a deep discount. I mean, like
Mm,
when I say a deep discount, I was like damn near like $1,000 off, and stuff like
dang.
that. Um, yeah, and I don't know. I guess it was because like I was traveling, getting ready for a wedding and stuff like that. Like all this money was already going out and all that stuff. I was like, no, let me not get that. I should have got the damn thing. Yeah, because now they're back up to regular price. So like the tablet I want is back to $1,300, and it's like Jesus Christ. Yeah. So and I'm kind of weird about tech because I work in tech, and sometimes refurbished stuff is not the best way to go. Like
Yeah,
you know, yeah,
I
yeah,
gotcha.
because so I told him like yeah like right now the big thing on my agenda is like a new tablet. At least it's not a laptop. Because like I do want a gaming laptop. And that's over $2,000.
Mm, yeah, no,
Yeah,
that's not cheap.
I just don't ask for big stuff like that. Not like if you want to do it for me on your own, like that's one thing. But like if you, but like that's if you know that it's something that if you know something without asking me about it, because I'll tell you what I want, but I'm not gonna tell you to get it. Like if
Absolutely.
yeah
When people
yeah
ask me, the few times people ask me, I kind of don't want to tell them because I'm like, I'm okay with gift cards. Give me a gift card to a
me too.
freaking grocery store down the street. I don't care. Like, I would love that. But then they're like, oh, gift card's not original or creative. I'm
I
like,
don't understand. I don't
I don't need
understand the
that.
people. I always tell people, you know what? Why roll the dice on getting something that is heartfelt and like original and stuff like that, and then I never fucking use it, or worst case scenario is like I think about regifting it. You know,
Yep.
like why do that? Because guess what? Like you're not gonna hold my emotions hostage by like oh well he or she got this for me. It's a nice gesture. I'm never gonna use it though. Like so it'll just sit somewhere. No, no. I don't guilt trip like that. Like I either find a use for it or I find a way for it to get out the door.
Amen. Yep. And
Yeah,
then,
and so like and yeah, like I get people that get bent out of shape of me all the time. I was like, look, the shit I want is expensive. So you either help me buy it or you get it for me.
yep.
So helping me buy it is giving me gift cards and stuff that like I can spend exclusively on that one thing. Don't get and you know what? And you know what? Don't get me. Actually, I think it's heartfelt if you actually get me like a Visa gift card that can be used anywhere. But if I specifically want this thing and this thing is at Best Buy or wherever and stuff like that, get me the gift card from the actual store that you know I'm going to go buy the damn thing at, because that'll make sure that I get exactly what I wanted. And guess what? You helped me get that for my birthday, for Christmas, for whatever season, and I'm good. But I don't know. People act like you're insulting them by asking for a gift card or asking for cash.
Yeah, again, another thing that we should normalize. For me, when I am also kind of nervous about gifting. I try to go with an experience. Like if gift cards are out of the question, I go for an experience. Kind of staying in lieu with the topic of like partners. For example, I got my partner tickets to a comedian he loves. So it's not a thing because he doesn't need more junk and he's hard to buy for because of what he likes or doesn't like. Like he's an avid fisherman, but, like, if I'm not gonna buy him a lure, he's very particular about the lure he likes, kinda like with you with your tech. There's a
Hmm.
specific tech that you like, not, have someone pick it out for you and you not like. So I got him, tickets to a comedy show, or for he's hitting a big milestone birthday, 50 this year. I am getting him I'm booking us a fishing trip, I
Okay,
don't know,
that's
someplace in the
nice.
southwest. I'm using my flight points,
Ah,
because he's an avid fisherman. I wanna take him on the experience to go fishing because the fishing in New England recently has been sucking, so
ah, yeah. That makes sense. That's a really good gift, and like that's actually really heartfelt. Like you're actually getting him something that is actually like valuable to him, on a personal level, and being able to spend time with him as well. So yeah, you win.
yeah, and I will granted that's a birthday present, but, like, all of this is just kind of whenever it feels right, and that's why Valentine's Day is kind of, it's an okay holiday, but I don't wanna feel like I need to do something grand or a gift or whatever just because Hallmark made it a holiday to do so.
Yeah, right. Yeah, like it's something about that, right? Uh, like all these Hallmark holidays and stuff like that. I'm starting to feel like it's all a scam.
Mhm.
It's all a scam. It's capitalism.
Yes, cha-ching. It's all about that money.
Yeah.
So that's why like, I try not to feed into it. I mean, trust me, I'm a fan of holidays. I would love any excuse to eat out and be a pig or, like just something for fun. But I also realize, like, you know what? I also don't want to feed into, I hate to say it, that capitalistic BS where everything is overpriced
Hmm.
just because someone said it's the epic holiday for love. It's one of the prime days to propose to someone. Like stupid stuff like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
Um, yeah. So I let me know how the dinner goes.
I will. Yeah. Yeah. Shoot, I had something else on my mind, and I kind of like
I'm
lost my
sorry, I
train of
went on a
thought. No,
rant there.
no, 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 no. It wasn't you. Like I actually ran across something online, and it really like pulled me in an opposite direction. Um. Yeah. Well, the one thing I will say though is like I'm kind of glad I actually have like someone to spend time with on like
Hmm.
these holidays now, because I'm usually traditionally single, and and I'm not one of those guys that like, oh, Valentine's Day is coming up, so I gotta break up with somebody. No, like I'm usually just not involved with somebody when this holiday when this day comes around,
Hmm.
it's actually kind of nice to know, like, hey, like I got someone I can spend some time with.
Yeah. During the years when you were single, would it be, I don't know if upsetting is the right word, like would you get down on Valentine's Day?
There were a few years where I got all up in my feelings about
Oh
it.
no.
I can't remember. I'm gonna try and look it up. There was a clip of a cartoon, like it was from some anime or some manga or whatnot. It showed it had this hamster just walking to his owner's room. and you can tell he was just all broken up and stuff like that. And basically like the door flies open, like his owner and I guess it was the girlfriend or whatnot, because like I couldn't understand the language and stuff like that. Like they just look at him real fast, and he just and he like holds up this sign, and it's got like the heartbroken thing, and he just like falls on the floor and starts sobbing. And I was like, "Yep, this is me." There was some times I was like, "Yep, that's me."
Does it help too, though? Nowadays, everyone's posting how happy their love lives are. So I can only imagine it's probably even harder when you're single and all of this is shoved in your face.
Yeah, I wouldn't say I'm like I was like a card carrying member of the Lonely Hearts Club or whatnot,
Mm,
stuff like that. But like it like like sometimes like I said, like or being perpetually single, like during those times, it kind of works at you sometimes,
yeah, of
um in all,
course.
in all honesty, like 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 I feel like the reason why me and my boyfriend are together now is because I got lonely during the holidays and jumped on it jumped on one of the dating apps.
You never know, right?
Yeah.
I hope you don't mind I come back to this question. I know you were kind of saying like, well, I'm not popping the question, but I believe in previous shows you've kind of alluded to maybe having the conversation of eventually living together. Do you
Yeah.
think serious conversations like that might pop up around
Oh,
romantic
I'm
weekends?
sure. I'm sure it will. I don't think right now, like the game plan for both of us is to actually like just get moved in together first, and then figure things out. Like one thing I know for sure is that like I try to treat every. This is gonna sound so clinical, but I try to treat every relationship that I've been in, like it's a job interview. For like it's a job interview for like your soulmate, if people believe in that and stuff like that. I'm not saying I believe in soulmates, but I do believe like there is a person that like most fits you and your lifestyle, your frame of mind, or whatever it is, and stuff like that. So like I've always looked at the dating process like that. So I don't try to play games with people. I also don't try to like go out and do like really fucked up stuff, to the people I'm dating and stuff like that. And I think that's probably the reason why I probably was single as long as I have been, because like I like because I want to say like before I met my boyfriend, like I was 3 years single, off of another relationship. So I was 3 years. So I hadn't been in a relationship in 3 years. And before the last relationship, I think it was like 2 years or something like that. Um, so I have these long stretches of like just being single. I might go on dates and stuff, but like if nothing's clicking, then nothing's gonna click.
Hmm. That's
Yeah.
very wise. I admire that. I unfortunately did not learn the lesson early enough. Definitely was a relationship jumper. I did not spend much time single when I feel like I probably should have. That would have been better for me.
Uh-huh.
And I'm having the conversation with my boyfriend about him moving in. And this is the first time where when I'm having thoughts to myself, like when I go for my run or my walk, and I'm thinking, life has its sucky moments. I'm like, but wow, I'm feeling I'm in a good place in my life because I'm happy with myself. And then my boyfriend is just additive to my happy life, where I don't think
Yeah.
I've had that mentality before, where it used to be like, this person's going to make me happy and complete me. This is the first time where I'm like, he is a wonderful addition to my life, which
Mhm.
it's a lot more satisfying to think that way.
I like it. I like it.
Yeah.
Um, Wait, how long have y'all been together now?
I mean, we did have a couple on and off periods, so, but
Hmm.
if I were to just kind of ballpark it, it's been about 4 years.
Okay. All right.
Um, I do
Um,
throw it in his face once in a while. I'm like, "Hey, when are you gonna dump me again?" Because he did.
Oh.
We've been through some stretches, but
Okay.
anyway, what were you saying? I'm
Uh,
sorry.
I was gonna ask. Do you have any advice for any single people out there? Like I have some advice. Well, I have one bit of advice. Um,
You
the
start
one bit,
first. I gotta think.
yeah, the one bit of advice I will say is don't always be in a rush to get into something so like that. Like the jokes about cuffing season happen every year, right around the time the weather starts getting cold and stuff like that. Don't I get it. Like having somebody beside you, like a cuddle buddy or whatever you want to call them and stuff like that is cool and everything. But like at the same time, like do it with the right reasoning and stuff like that. Because I feel like a reason why a lot of there's a lot of people who have trust issues or people who are always arguing all the time and stuff like that is because they didn't think things through, like with how they want to govern their love life and stuff like that. I'm not saying that nobody governs their love life, because sometimes two people can be really into each other, and then something goes awry, personalities shift and whatnot and stuff like that. But at the same time, I know for sure just rushing into something is also a good way of having a bad time.
Yes, that many mistakes here from that. So that's very good advice. And to couple with that, pun intended, my advice to those that are single out there is don't give up. Don't rush, but also don't give up,
Yeah.
because I have been in the recent dating scene when I was having my off time with my boyfriend, and the online dating is a disaster. It's a fucking
Oh
disaster.
yeah. Yeah.
Dating men and women, a disaster.
Hmm.
And trying to meet people outside of online dating is not impossible, but it's even harder than it used to be. And I've heard from some single friends like, "Oh my gosh, it's just a shit show out there. The people I meet either use me for a free meal, or I get ghosted, or they're fucking crazy or something." Listen, it's going to be rough, but just don't give up and don't settle.
Yeah.
Don't give up and don't settle. Don't get bitter. If it's Valentine's Day and you're still single, it's okay. Just let it be another year. Go watch a movie, play video games, hang out with your friends. Next year's another year. Don't give up.
Right.
In that pile of shit is a diamond somewhere.
For real.
Hey.
Yeah. Yeah. For real. Yeah. All right. So Valentine's Day 2024, if you got Idris Elba said this line in the movie Prometheus.
Mm.
If you can't be with the one you love the one you with. Take it whatever way you want. Take it whatever way you want to put. Uh,
Or just celebrate love in general. Remember, guys, life is more about romantic love. There's love of family, love of friends. Enjoy what love you have here in this earth, because we all know that the times that we're living in is kind of shitty and there's a lot to be down and negative about. Focus on your support system, or working on a support system.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And we
All
love
right. Well,
you.
yeah, of course. Yeah, we love you. I'm not sure if we want to date you, but we love you.
Yeah. We're both
All
taken.
right.
Sorry.
Yeah, same here. Same here. Taken, not in any situationship. So yeah, I'm sorry. I'm off the market.
And just real quick, LeRon, sorry. We're both wearing red. Sorry.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and leave it there. So that's gonna wrap us up for tonight. For this episode, I want to thank everyone out there who's been watching or listening. This is Boss Rush After Dark, the alternative podcast for adults on the Boss Rush Network. If you enjoyed the show, please leave us a 5-star rating and a nice review on podcast services that you're listening to, or subscribe to the YouTube channel and also give this video a like. All this really helps with our discoverability as well as visibility. I can't say it enough. Just love yourself, love your partners. Be more loving. Don't rush into things. Because just because the object looks shiny doesn't mean it's gold.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Stephanie, thanks for hanging out with me tonight.
Thanks for chatting. It was good. It was fun.
Yep. Pat, Corey, we miss you. So
Yeah.
you guys should be back by the time we come back to record our next episode. And on that note, happy Valentine's Day, everyone. And we will see you next time on Boss Rush After Dark. So long.
If you want to see how you can become a Patreon producer, head on over to patreon.com/BossRushNetwork. The Patreon producers for this month are Adriel Munger, Celeste Roberts, Christian S., Sana Dierig, Francisco Santillan, and Todd Oxtra. Thanks for your continued support of the Boss Rush Network and our family of podcasts.